I find how we begin the day will determine how active and productive of a day it will be. Kicking off the day with some movement and breathing gives me a great jump start. Follow along with this 10-minute day starter routine for a more active and productive day. Feel free to make any adjustments and make this routine your own. Alright, let's go ahead and start out with some breathing. We're going to go ahead and reach all the way up to the sky as we inhale and exhale with our arms on the way down. Let's go ahead and get a few reps in. Deep breaths in and all the way out on the exhale. So let's loosen up the shoulders, some dynamic movement. And make sure that we're breathing with every movement. And let your body just feel what it needs to do, how deep to go with these rotations. Let's go in the other way. Try to get a little deeper as the shoulders get loosened up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and warm up the spine with some twisting of the trunk. Just keep the hands in on the chest to start with. And just twist as far as you can. Let the spine warm up. Once you have that, go a little deeper by extending the arms out and really reach in behind you. And go ahead, let the arms loosen up. Let them slap the body for a full, deep trunk rotation. Just warming up the spine, getting it moving. This routine is great for getting the blood flowing all through our body, our joints, our muscles. Alright, into some hip rotations. This is one of my favorite movements to do first thing in the morning. Get those hips rotating, get them lubricated up. Ready for that leg activity, whether you're going for a walk or training some martial arts kicks, doing some deep stretching on the hips. Get those hip rotations in every day. Alright, let's go ahead and warm up the knees. Just start off as low as you can go, and as you're getting it warmed up, try to go a little deeper. Let the heels come off the ground, put the weight into the toes, so you put a little bit more load into the knees. Another real good one to do every morning, work those knees. Working out on this uneven terrain provides a little bit of challenge for the balance. Something I always like to add in with my morning warm-ups, getting outside and just training in nature. Here we are in a forward fold. Just let the body hang, getting the head lower than the heart so that blood can get to the head, and just feel your body. Let it do what it needs to do. Let it shake out. As you're getting loosened up, just let it fall naturally lower and lower to the ground. If your knees are bent, that's okay. If they're straight, that's okay too. Here I'm just feeling it out. Go a little bit side to side. Nothing strict. Just getting things moving, getting things loosened up. Make sure we're breathing. Good inhales, full exhales. This is one of my favorite things every day. Just hanging out. Like I said, just let your body do what it's got to do. Just kind of feel it out. Come on up, open up the chest, palms up, let the hands go back. And we're going to come down into a full deep squat. Just go as far down as you can. It's okay if your heels come off the ground. Just try to relax in this deep squat position. Shake it out, side to side. I like just letting my body do what it naturally feels like it needs to do. Let's go into the prayer position. Just gotta pry those hips open a little bit more. Really open up those hips. Make sure you're breathing when you're getting these stretches in. You don't have to go too crazy right now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and sit down in what's called a 90-90, or in Salat it's called Sawa when I used to train the Salat. My left leg is an external rotation and my right leg is an internal rotation. We're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. When working these switches, you can start off with your hands in the ground. We're just working, getting some of that rotation in the hips. Nice and easy. When you're doing these rotations, you want to start off with the lead leg and then let the rear leg follow instead of doing them both at the same time. And that's going to help get more rotation and mobility work out of your hips. Don't rush it. Take your time. Just go nice and slow. If you're feeling up to it, you could try a little bit more advanced version without your hands. And if you're swaying these side to side at the same time, you'll notice you'll start inching forward. So just focus on moving the lead leg followed by the rear leg. I'm usually a little more stiffer in the mornings than I am in the evenings. If you're like me, you're stiffer in the mornings, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. There, we get a couple more in. Alright, we're going to come back up into that deep squat position. Go back into the prayer, open up those hips. You notice I'm going to put a little bit of some hand stretches in there, get those fingers back. Just kind of working out two things at one time. Again, making sure that our back is straight as possible. Then we're going to come up into that forward fold, work those hamstrings, and each time we come back up, we'll try to get those legs just a little bit straighter. Really working, getting those hamstrings warmed up and loosened up. There we go, get that full extension, and just hold. Let's see if we can get those knees to lock out on this one. Alright, we're going to come up, open up that chest again, squeeze the back. Alright, let's work a little bit of some stance work. Coming down into the horse stance. Just go as low as you can. With each repetition, try to go lower and lower. Making that goal. Get your thighs parallel to the ground. Keep your back straight. Make sure we breathe. Stance work is not only good for the strength of the legs, but also the blood flow. Plus, it's great for working that hip mobility. Now we're going to widen it out, come into our forward stance. Keep the back straight, stay upright. Switch on the heels. Let's work the other side and get some reps in. Try not to lean the torso forward too much or back too much. Just try to keep it neutral, straight up and down. See if we get that thigh parallel to the ground. Can put in a little bit of martial arts here, some blocks and punches. Alright, and then we're going to work on some of the reverse bow or the back stances, just coming down as far as you can. Don't worry if your heel comes off the ground here. Doing some reps, just loosening it up. Let the hands do what they need to do to counterweight the balance. And try to just keep that heel to the ground as you're getting looser and looser with every rep. You can bring the toes up. That might help get a little deeper. Love working that stance work. Just great leg conditioning and hip mobility training. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and get some neck rotations in. Keep that neck nice and loose. And let's just start shaking it out. Shake out the hands. Let it come up into the arms, the shoulders, until you can shake out that whole body. Just let it all shake out. And let's close it out with some of the breathing techniques that we opened with. Big inhales as we reach up. Full exhale as the arms come down. Make sure we exhale all the way to empty. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty loose. Ready to take on the day. Ready for my training. Let's go get it. I hope you enjoyed this morning routine. Let me know in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time back here on Martial Flex.